So I like to stream for studio. Well, we're live now, yes.
Oh, nice. It's our time to rock and roll. Let's go, Josh.
Sup, internet?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? I've known Josh for a solid maybe 3 weeks, and here we are doing a podcast together. Mm-hmm. That's how much we have in common. So much in common. I have about 3 bullet points for us to go over. You can't see none on that.
It's so over-contrasted.
And we're locked in up here, so that's why we got shit going on.
Same brain cells.
Bullet point number 1. Jack Nation. If you're out there, we're talking about you.
The Knack-jation, yeah. The real ones know about Knack.
I'm not a real one because Knack is not in my fucking vocabulary. So, Jack Nation, physics student, and who are you?
I'm a biomedical student.
Biomedical student. How does it feel to be the only male biomedical student?
It's something,
I'm aware of.
You know. There are others, but it's kind of more of a mixture of overlap of biology and biomed. But it is like 80% of a women major.
Okay, I understand that. And that's the thing, yeah, I get it as being a woman in physics, because there's only like fucking like 4 of us, yeah. Whoa, that's like double what you just said, dude. Come on, give us a break.
So, you know, it's a small school, you know, trying to think lower numbers.
Small shit. Speaking of being a physics student, I am not hungover. I am wearing my sunglasses because I spent all day going over derivations for my physics class. Atticus knows a thing or two about those, right, Atticus? Atticus is on our soundboard right now. Atticus has a lot to say about that.
Yes, I am. Yeah, we had derivations in our radiation optics class. Shout out that awful class.
Seems like an awful class.
Yeah, he can't derive for...
Drive or derive?
Derive. Like, he can't derive equations. It's really bad.
Don't drink and derive,
yeah, I was about to say,
don't drink and derive.
Drinking, driving, perfectly fine. That's a fun activity. Drinking and deriving?
Where are the keys at? Where are the keys at?
Off the table. You can't drink and derive.
Okay, yeah, so let's get back to Jack Nation. So you guys are roommates?
Yeah, we met for freshman orientation, and then, like, literally we're Torres neighbors, almost, like, across the hall, adjacent.
Oh, lucky guys.
So we'd always be just chilling around, and then sophomore year, we lived in the hellhole that is south. I mean, hole in general.
That's my old crib you're talking about.
Look. If I didn't live on the east side where the door would heat up to like 80 degrees during April when the AC was turned off.
Ooh. Yeah, poor living conditions, not acceptable.
Yeah, no, that, like, out my bed was right next to that door, so every morning I'd be like, I am already sweating, and it's 6 a.m.
Yeah. No, I was always lucky enough to live on the pool side. And so I never had that problem, but I've always got the lovely morning sun, which does sound good, except for the fact that I'm a physics student and I don't want to be outside ever.
Yeah.
And so, actually, that's a lie. I do want to be outside. I'm just trying to fit into the stereotype just so I could feel like I'm smart. Do you ever get that?
Try to fit in to feel smart?
Fit in like a Mikey Monkey or a CS Snake. We have a bunch of stuff going on here.
Yeah,
we can build our own zoo with these pep cats.
Yeah, those stinky CS majors, man. Stinky.
Yeah, you gotta combine the stinky CS majors and the no AC in South combination. Goes crazy.
Oof. That's a combination right there. That is probably one of the reasons why there's like black mold or something in the supposed things. Yeah, I could study the South Hall mold.
Yeah, South Hall mold is actually like a condition. The reason why I actually like kind of familiar with Tech's existence in the first place is I did a summer camp here back in 2019. It was a billion years ago, pre-COVID. And I did a biology psychology experience, and it was fan-diddly-tastic. I almost decided to do biology because of that. Here we go, Sophie. I get it.
One with the bios, huh?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was a blast. We got to hang out outside all day. We were in the field, to put it exactly. And one of the experiments we did is we took a couple of Q-tips or whatever the fancy word you guys have for your collection things.
Yeah, Q-tips.
Q-tips.
Swabs.
Okay, cool. Swabs. I like the way that sounds.
Sterile swabs.
We would take swabs of the most filthy things we can find, and AKA like we toured NMP's gym and
tours bathrooms.
Anywhere you can think that something peculiar might be harvesting. We swabbed it and
Really anywhere
put it on a
on Tech?
petri dish, and we grew whatever the hell we wanted.
That must have been some nasty stuff.
Yeah, no, it was impressive.
Some freaking antibiotic resistant bullshit right there.
Yeah, no, I bet you that maybe this was pre-COVID, and we went to our like the worst crevices we could find. I wonder if that would actually contributed to the downfall of society.
The downfall.
The downfall of society by crawling through towards
Crazy
his
to think
bathroom.
that's going on 5 years now.
Yeah, now have you seen those TikToks where it's like 5 years ago, like
It's like,
COVID was here.
or 2 weeks off school, let's go.
Yeah.
5 years later, it's
And
like,
it's
I got
like-
a kid or something. It's like, bro, what?
I'm 21 years old, but I have like a 15-year-old mindset type shit.
No, for real. I'm about to be 21 in 2 months, and I am not, like, I'm ready for it, but not prepared for it.
Oh, no, see, I got you. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be 22 in about a month and a half, and I gotta tell you,
Sorry.
I don't know. So, do you like to participate in any 21-year-old plus activities?
I do. I indulge in the occasional 49er after hours
Football.
activities.
Yeah, okay. So that might make turning 21 a little bit worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, except the small part is I, to my knowledge, my 4 years of being here at New Mexico Tech, I think Capitol Bar and Grill is one of the only actual bars here on
Yeah,
site.
I think there was another bar, I think Box Canyon Bar, but I think that recently closed down. So the only one local is Capitol, I believe.
Oh, the Box Bar? Was that the one right next to Capitol?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm probably misinterpreting it.
I think it might have been a little further more towards probably Box Canyon,
K-Tech
something
group
like that.
photo. It's super duper cool.
So, the reason why I want to bring it up is because I've been 21 years old for almost a full year, and I've been to the Cap maybe twice, and every single
Is it
time,
worth
every time I step in that bar, the average age probably drops to maybe 45.
Oh,
Yeah, so that just shows my blast of a time there, and I feel like it's just always just teeming with
yeah. I was
sexual
supposed to say,
energy.
in Socorro, I feel like that's to be expected, just with the general Socorro community. We got some goobers in the background.
Oh, I was gonna say, there we go. Yeah,
We got Rio.
we just
Yeah.
took our first group picture
Yeah.
post leg
Group
day.
picture too. Amazing group picture.
K-Tech, if you can hear me, let's give out more emails and make sure people are on the email list so we know to take the pictures.
Oh yeah.
Because now
We
we
need,
know we're
we
looking
need
like
bigger
this.
and better. Bigger and better.
Bring him out. Bring him out. So part of the reason why I also know Josh is because he's been hanging out in my hood. He has been in the physics lounge probably every single day.
Almost, yeah.
What brings you then?
Well, the first priority was the NACJation, just
Not the physics?
bug them, not the physics. I do like a little physics, but sometimes when it's this hitting your brick against a wall trying to learn it does not make it feel fun anymore.
Part of being good at physics is being borderline schizophrenic. Peter Hoffner quote.
That is a Peter Hoffner quote.
But now it's just a place to do homework because it feels slightly productive, other than the other times I've just rotted for multiple hours in there.
Oh yeah, they got these ancient couches in there that are so worn down that your body just like melts
Molds
into
into
them.
it, yeah.
Yes. I don't know where they've been, but my face is going on that seat, and I don't care.
I think sophomore year I did pull an all-nighter, just study for my Calc 3 exam.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
And
Calc
that.
3, man.
And then we went definitely not on the roof afterwards to look at the sunset.
On the count of 3, we're gonna say the hardest calc class we've taken. On 3 or after 3?
On 3.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Calc,
Calc
2.
2. Yeah.
We can all
Hate
unanimously
series.
decide
Hate
that
series.
class is from Satan himself.
Like, don't get me wrong, Calc 3 is hard.
Sophie got something to say. Yeah.
I'm in Calc 2 right now and I am suffering.
Oh.
I am struggling.
May the Lord be
That's-
with you. I come from a really tough space where I did not have any sort of previous mathematical knowledge underneath my belt when I came to New Mexico Tech, partially because I came from an area where, you know, academic opportunities weren't really encouraged. And so when I came here, I was expected to take Calc 2 and know what the frickin' integral was and know what the frick U substitution was. I take that back. Calc 1 was freaking awesome. But pulling up to Calc 2, holy moly, dude. That was...
It went up a couple steps in difficulty, for sure.
Oh, yeah, no, dude. They took it from about, like, a solid, like, maybe 3 or 4 to 10.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And then they're just like, oh, let's integrate as many times as we can. And let's just change it up. You can't integrate this way. We're just going to discover a new method and just have at it. And I feel like part of it is just being schizophrenic.
Yeah.
How do they
literally,
come up with that?
Like, famous word used, black magic math.
Black magic math. No, seriously, I do feel like it's getting a little bit out of control when it comes to having to memorize these multiple forms of integration and when to apply them.
Doesn't help, like, when you're trying to learn it, and like most of the professors, or the one I can think of, Bert Kerr, love Bert Kerr, goated professor.
No, I definitely got my opinions on Bert Kerr, but he is one hell of a professor.
One hell of a professor. But then, there's the occasional time where it's just like you skip sometimes the intermediate, and my brain just can't make the simple connection of 2 plus 2 sometimes. But like...
Yeah, no, it doesn't help
But
when
you're doing something complicated as a fucking integral by parts and shit like that, kind of makes it real difficult to kind of follow all the shit that can happen.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like hard to keep up with all that's going on there, and that's why calculus is for the birds. Physics is just cooler applied math.
Yeah. Fortunately, as a biomed, I do have to take ODEs.
ODEs, man, now that class I have taken, but I can't tell you a single thing that I did in there. Have you taken that class yet?
No, senior year. So next semester or spring semester.
So you got a minute.
Which is unfortunate to be like basically a whole year without doing any sorts of math.
Make sure you practice your times tables.
You can feel like
in the meantime,
little homunculus in there. But I got my resources. I got Aaron Madrid and Noct Jason.
Now that's what I'm talking about. Oh wait, Jack Nation?
Yeah, Jack Nation.
It's gonna be an ODEs.
Not like in the same class.
Oh,
but
so you mean he's
in the
gonna
class so they can like vomit spiel ODEs onto me.
That guy is cracked. He is so cracked. He actually ticks me off quite a bit. I'm actually taking probability and statistics with him right now, and I studied my arse off for this class, and I was feeling very, very, very confident, and I wrote everything I needed to know on my little cheat sheet, and I take the test, have time to spare. I actually calculated my grade. I was like, I'm not getting like
Easy
below
peasy.
a 90 on this.
Right.
You know, I added up all the points I was getting. The exam scores came out, and I did not get what was expected. But want to know who got what they wanted? Fucking Jack Nation.
Yeah.
Dude. That kid is just cracked at it. But I'll hand it to him, though.
Like
I'll hand it to him.
more cracked than a guy fent-leaning on Central, you know?
Oh, yeah, no, dude.
Say.
He can top that, dude. He can top that in his sleep. Mm-hmm. Good shit.
And he's the only one I know that can properly drink and derive.
Drink and derive is also a useful skill to have.
Mm-hmm.
I usually like to list that like on the upper side of my resume. I like that to be a showstopper.
Yeah, a little under the skills section, drinking and deriving.
Yeah, I usually bold it just so people have a strong like understanding that that's really
of
important
who
to
you
me.
are. Yeah.
Sweet. So I've been carving out. You guys are not gonna be able to see this, but I have a shield to match our dark fantasy aesthetic we got going on.
Oh yeah.
That's been the vibe as of late, and that's all I've been wanting to listen to.
Love the Knights and Dragons.
Yeah, Knights and Dragons, my latest obsession. Actually, this obsession was about 3 months ago. I could nonstop watching House of the Dragon and Game of Thrones. I know it came out like 10 years ago.
Those are pretty good, except, Game of Thrones, it's good until you get to the, last season, as everyone says. Quite unfortunate. But House of Dragon, I do love myself some House of Dragon.
That's the thing. House of the Dragon is actually what got me into Game of Thrones. I started Game of Thrones, never finished it, picked up House of the Dragon when season 2 came out, and I was immediately obsessed.
I've been waiting for season 2 to come out for so long. And
Wait, how long ago did you watch Game of Thrones?
Me?
Yeah, when are you guys watching that?
So I watched it for the first time, watched about a quarter of it for the first time about like 2 or 3 years ago, and then I recently finished it about 5 months ago.
I watched it like freshman year, going into like sophomore year.
I got mega addicted to it over winter break.
No,
I
that's
watched
what
the
I'm talking
entire
about.
show in like 3 weeks.
No,
Holy
that's what I'm
shit.
talking about.
It was like a full-time job. I was just
No,
sitting
like
there.
it honestly is. The amount of times where I would get 4 hours of sleep instead of like my full 8, just because I'm like, okay, I could watch one more episode before I had to go to bed.
I don't know.
I'm scared to start House of Dragons because like I can't afford
Another obsession.
To just, like, sit there
No, you
for,
gotta
like,
strategize when you gotta watch this.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I don't know, the brothel scenes, guys. We always keep people interested.
Is this working?
It's for the plot.
It's for the plot.
Yeah, this is
I'm actually really glad because I went through a huge, like I said, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon epidemic that I was going to get this badass dragon with a sword tattooed on me.
That
And I was considering it, but I'm afraid that's something that will not age well within 2
couple
fucking
years.
business days. I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe a couple years. I don't know. It might see me.
a big dragon back tattoo.
Now that's what I'm
Full
talking
back
about,
dragon tattoo.
Because that's the thing. I saw this really awesome hand one. Because I'm currently tattooed-less, so if I were to get one, I'm going to take that stuff
I also
seriously.
am. I
And
also want a tattoo.
so if you were going to get a tattoo, what would you get?
I'm not sure. There's a couple things in my mind. Just as a little basic bitch, biomed student, a little just like biohazard symbol.
Okay.
Or like
It's a little corny, but-
little DNA. It's corny. Before to do a little more fantasy, I'd probably do the significate of House of Dragon or the House Targaryen.
Okay.
The like 3-headed dragon.
Where would you put that?
I'm not sure. Maybe like a shoulder or an ankle.
Gotcha.
Some basic first tattoo location.
Not right here.
Not a full neck tattoo.
get a tramp stamp.
Tramp stamp.
Oh yeah, House Targaryen tramp stamp.
Ratchet.
What's their house title, or not their house title, but like their like phrase?
A land. Wait, no, that's the Lannisters.
We do not sow. I think that's House Greyjoy. Or oof, clip that.
Sophie, could you look that up for us?
Yeah, I was gonna say cut
Jimmy,
that.
can
I
we
feel
pull
like
up
a
that
fake
clip,
fan.
please?
Hearing
House
Targaryen.
Targaryen.
like house phrase maybe.
Yeah, phrase.
Are you
Blood
gonna
and
be
fire.
in the stream, David?
What?
Are you gonna be in the stream?
No.
Fire and blood.
Fire. Yeah. Okay.
Fire
yeah.
and blood.
Fire
Blood
and
and fire. Yeah. Okay. So get that right over your happy.
Yeah.
That looked pretty tight.
First, all the ladies when I go swimming.
Yeah. I could definitely see you with a tramp stamp. I think that's suiting.
I don't.
Yeah, and then I'm still hung up on getting a dragon and a sword, but I just don't know how well that's gonna age. And I don't know if it really suits me very much.
You should get it like on the back of your neck.
Big old nice dragon and sword.
Yeah.
I was gonna thought like a hand tab would be pretty sweet. The only
See, that's like the other location I would put it. Is on like the top of my hand.
yeah, no, that would be really hard. But I'm just afraid because jobs are very like I guess people are becoming more
Open to it.
open to
Yeah.
having exposed tattoos, but you never know.
Still.
Atticus, you
Iffy.
have tattoos, right?
I do. I have 4 tattoos. So
Show us.
How? So
What the camera?
I have 2 on my arm, based off of my dog. I doubt you can see them.
Here, sorry. One of our cameras freezes a lot, so it's just frozen on your arm.
Okay.
Let's try again. Nope. Oh, there you go.
Okay, go. You have like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a tattoo
Of it working.
of I have a tattoo of my 2 dogs sitting in the window. This
That's
is my other dog.
nice, bro.
I have Spider-Man here, and then I have My Neighbor Totoro on my leg that I got at a Flash event.
I'm living for the
Nice.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Thank you. It was super, super painful, so I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to that tattoo shop.
Little shout out for Studio Ghibli. SGA Mental Health Committee is doing a Howl's Moving Castle movie night, April 3rd at 6:30 p.m. at MSEC 103.
Tomorrow night, I believe, right?
That's tomorrow night. Yeah, Howl's Moving Castle. Howl was definitely a very special character in my adolescence, if you know what I mean. I think he is such a handsome man. I love 2D, man. You can never go wrong with them. They know how to treat a woman right. Look at him with Sophie. You know how to treat her. Ah, Sophie, how do you feel about that?
I've never seen a Studio Ghibli.
Oh, here's your chance.
Really?
This is my very first Studio Ghibli movie, and it's put me right since.
Fair enough.
Hell
When is
yeah.
it?
Tomorrow, April 3rd at 6:30 p.m. MSEC 103. SGA Mental Health Committee. And snacks will be provided. That's very important.
Dude, I do like some free snacks.
You guys should definitely go. Me and Olivia have gone to the previous ones. They showed My Neighbor Totoro and then How to Train Your Dragon. They're super chill.
The snacks are good.
You get stickers and you can also color. But you also get to like color. It's really fun. I enjoy it.
Color. Where's
Yeah, you get
autism
to
playing?
like color with like colored pencils. It's a lot of
is.
fun.
I know, I need to pick up coloring more often because I feel like most of the time, with having such a rigorous schedule, I just want to brain rot once I get a free chance. But I need to pick up like a more like healthy hobby, and I feel like coloring is such a good way to just like relax your brain and rot.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we should get a K-Tech coloring book. What are your thoughts on that? We could color in. Oh, let's play color in David's hairline. Ever changing hairline. Changing the hair.
Hairline king. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. It's nothing bad about your hairline. It's about how it's
No, we'll get a measurement.
big
Like
hair.
Curious George.
Curious.
I get that a
I didn't
lot.
say it. I didn't say it.
I get that a
Who
lot.
said that? Who
We-
said it? Who said it?
We discussed this at
For your
the
guys' next
previous
show, I'm gonna bring a tape measure.
club meeting. What?
For your guys' next shot, I'm gonna bring a tape measure. We're gonna measure all of our hairlines, and then we're gonna see.
Uh-oh.
Then we'll really see.
Wait, so what does measuring the hairline mean? Like this way or
No,
this
like,
way?
Like this way.
Ooh, so you mean the size of my 5 head you're talking about?
Yeah. Well, no. I just would like to point out that I'm actually a hairline king.
Cause tonight will
I think
be
my
the night
hairline is
that I
slightly
won't
receding,
forget.
which is not good. I should look into how to prevent that.
My only comment is that I have bangs for a reason.
No, that's so real, dude. Then that's the thing. I remember growing up, I had bangs because I had a very large. It's not like it went away. I still have a very large forehead, and I had this very like profound big brain moment. Big brain, big forehead. In 5th grade, I decided I'm gonna get rid of my brain, so I become accepting of my giant forehead. And it's what, like 10 years later? Not 10 years. How old are you in 5th grade? 12.
Like 11, maybe.
11? Oh yeah, so 10 years
like
later.
11
Holy
maybe.
cow!
You're like
12
5th
and like
grade
8th
was
grade.
10 years ago.
Dang.
And I have become accepting of my comedically large forehead ever since.
I think it looks fine. Your guys' foreheads look normal.
in 5th grade, I
I-
went through the wonderful phase of wearing headbands and like with my hair slicked back.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. No. You were on that slick back shit since day one, dude. 5th grade. That's 10 years ago.
And,
You
like,
were a
they wear,
trendsetter.
Like, the thick headbands.
Oh
too.
yeah, no,
So, like,
I love a fat headband.
See, I didn't really get to choose how I did my hair until like middle school. Other than
Did your
that,
mom
my
do it?
parents. Yeah. Well, yes and no. Well, I think it was in 1st grade. My parents were cutting my hair, and then they like slipped, so I had to go bald for a little while, which was traumatizing. And I was like, "You ain't touching my fucking head ever again," with no clippers.
Oh jeez.
But either way, it was still like just like a buzz cut. And then middle school, unfortunately, it was a undercut, which
Legend.
uh,
Do you have
no.
any pictures?
yeah, they're horrible looking.
See, I think I was in kindergarten, and I had bangs when I was little, and my hair is very curly. So my dad, that's not like related, but my dad was like, "Oh, your bangs are getting too long. We have to cut it." So he wet my hair first, and then he like, combed it out, and then he cut it, and it was crooked. So he goes,
Ooh.
"Oh, I have to fix that." So then he cut it again, and it was crooked. Remember that my hair was wet and my hair is
so when
curly.
yeah.
Oh,
so then
no.
my mom went to go pick me up from school, and I have these teeny tiny little bangs, and she just looks at me and goes, "Oh, what happened to you?" And I go, "My dad cut my bangs." So
They're gonna sell you. That's awesome though. I don't know. I feel like it's a canon event to have a really crummy haircut.
Yeah, Canon Invent too had this.
I don't really have a. Actually, I lied. I don't really have a really canon event bad haircut, but I do have
Give me
a
scissors
bad
right now.
hair.
We'll make that happen
Yo,
right
yo, yo,
now
yo.
on the
Hear me
show.
out. I went through an extremely bad hair phase because I actually did not grow hair until I was like 2. I had this weird Gollum phase.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
so I would get like these weird strings of hair, and my mom would just like grease them up, and so I just had this like little like
Torpedo.
Little-
Okay.
freaking Fibonacci sequence on my head, and it would just look ridiculous. Luckily, one day my hair just blossomed, and I got nice chunky locks now, but it definitely took a second to get there, and it was pretty pathetic.
Okay. I think that it is getting pretty late. It is past 10, which means that it is past my bedtime.
Bedtime.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Same
so
here.
Time to
we
get a
should
couple
start
Z's.
wrapping up.
Yeah, no, thanks
Yeah.
so much for having us. This was my first K-Tech interview / podcast / hanging out with Josh outside of the physics lounge.
You
So this
already
was
know.
an awesome experience.
Thank you guys so much for joining us for the test stream of Tech Tuah. This is going to be the next big show on K-Tech.
Name pending.
Joining the news and Koshkin in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Now that's what I'm talking
We're
about.
gonna be.
Let's
we're gonna
go.
be huge. We're gonna be the biggest show.
Biggest show.